me right now and the Let's Go Devils podcast and the Woo Report on our social media pages, Facebook Live, at Let's Go Devils Podcast, Twitter, at Let's Go Devils Pod, YouTube channel, Let's Go Devils, and Twitch at Let's Go Devils Podcast.
Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is a live look-in in Taj Lounge 973 as we're doing Game Day Live. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Vinnie Parise of Pucks and Pitchforks blog, contributor, Game Day Live in the Primetime Radio virtual studios. Sorry, folks. We got to play it safe. We got to do that. And let's just take a look, Vinny, at Taj Lounge 973. And let me just switch it over right now. And we got a pretty good crowd over there, Vinny. all filing in before the Devils take on the Columbus Blue Jackets as we're streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Vinny, do you want to say hello to everybody there?
Hello, everybody at Taj Lounge 973. It's good to see everybody getting ready for the Devils game, drinking, eating a little bit. I'm big time looking forward to this game. We got a big one coming up against the Columbus Blue Jackets. I hope every single person in there is eating exactly what they need to eat and drinking exactly what they need to drink in order to catch a New Jersey Devils victory.
Absolutely. And also eat the catfish. The infamous catfish at Taj Lounge 973. They've got bottles of beers all over the place. The bucket beer specials. I forgot how much they were, but trust me, they're not a ripoff like some places I'm not going to name and throw my anonymous team under the bus. But yeah, that's where you get all liquored up. If you're 21 or older, just make sure, be safe about it, and don't be stupid, right?
Yeah, you never want to be viewed at as the dummy. You don't want to do anything you're not supposed to be doing. So take care of your fun responsibly. And of course, we got a big game here tonight. I think it's a chance for the Devils to show what they're made of with their captain back in the lineup, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. It is absolutely a very happy Devils Thursday.
Very happy Devils Thursday. Devils fans feel very lucky right now to get their captain back. All those stupid rumors at 8 to 10 weeks, that's behind us right now. Facts are facts. He's in the lineup. He's showing you why, Vinny, he is the captain of the New Jersey Devils. The grit, the determination, leading by example, a quiet leader, but effective leader. He's only 23 years old, just turned 23 the other day, on Tuesday, and we're seeing the maturation process. It does take time to figure out being a captain of an NHL team. We've seen young captains in the past. Steve Yzerman years ago was named captain, and it took him a while before to break the curse when Detroit won the Stanley Cup back-to-back in the late 90s. But these are all good things. And also in the news as well, Andreas Janssen out. COVID protocol. Nolan Foote makes his season debut. Tell me a little bit more about Nolan Foote and his time in Utica this season.
Yeah. So Nolan Foote has had an okay start in Utica offensively. Obviously, they did a lot of winning early on, and it was great to see him be a big part of that. And he had some big moments in his time with the Miners. Of course, for those who might not remember, Nolan Foote is a member of the New Jersey Devils organization via the trade that sent Blake Coleman down to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got that first-round pick. And then, of course, Nolan Foote. So he's part of our team now. He has made his NHL debut. He did that last year, and he does have 1 goal and 1 assist in the NHL up to this point. So he's got a big shot. That's what he was scouted to have before he was even drafted by the Lightning in the first place. So it should be interesting to see if he's ever able to become a consistent goal scorer in the National Hockey League. Tonight's a big step towards that goal.
Absolutely, Vinny. And I'm looking forward to it. We talked about the Devils getting more beef. Nolan Foote, in terms of skating, again, there are a little concerns of mine there. Scouting reports, and even Chico Resch has said on the, on this podcast that, he's not as fast, but again, we're looking for gritty players. We're looking for players screening the opposing goaltender. We talked about that's why the Devils are scoring goals right now. They're just doing the little things right, and they're doing it consistently. And if they want to have victories like what they had against the Capitals and the Oilers, they got to keep putting the puck on net. A little bit, I understand against Boston, a little bit of a different circumstance with so many players out, but they got to continue doing that.
Yeah, 3 of their top 9 wingers are out, with Janssen going out, and of course Pavel Zacha and Yegor Sharangovich. They'll come back eventually, but for getting a little bit weaker on the wings, you get a little bit stronger up the middle because Nico Hischier is going to be playing. You get that 200-foot presence that can very rarely be recreated by anybody else. I know Michael McLeod's pretty good defensively, wins lots of faceoffs. Obviously, we know about the offensive prowess of Jack Hughes. But with Nico Hischier, you get the complete package, somebody who can help all around. So hopefully that helps fill the void of missing 3 of their top 9 wingers. But like we talked about a little bit before, this also gives other people an opportunity to show their stuff on the wing. We saw Alexander Holtz. He had a couple opportunities to score a big goal against the Boston Bruins, didn't capitalize. He made a tough turnover that led to a goal the other way. So those are things that need to be cleaned up as far as Alexander Holtz is concerned. But we know some of these wingers, Nolan Foote, Holtz, they have these shots that as long as they keep finding themselves in these scoring areas, eventually, if their shot is as good as some of these people say that they are, they'll be able to start scoring some goals. And with dynamic centers like Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, even Mikey McLeod can make a good pass from time to time. We'll see what the lineups look like once they're released, probably 5 seconds after we hang up on this podcast. I'm very much looking forward to see what they can do when they're allowed to, show their stuff. Like, for every issue for one player becomes some other player's opportunity. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, and I'm going to refrain from bashing Amanda Stein because I saw a lot of Twitter comments in the past 2 days. I mean, we're reasonable with it. It's just more of the system, not so much Amanda Stein. We want people to know that. It's just the way the workflow goes in the in the Devils, content team or whatever. It's just annoying because we're just a bunch of fans that are hardcore that want to know the lineup like back 8:30 a.m. this morning, but obviously even the team probably doesn't know. But, anyway, it's just one of these little gripes that we have, you and I, Vinny, about.
Yeah, well, people getting mad at Amanda Stein for the Devils not falsely reporting that Nico Hischier has a broken foot. I mean, that's why she didn't report it, because he didn't have a broken foot. So, yeah. There was obviously an issue. He went back to New Jersey. That we confirmed right here on this show.
Yeah,
with our
on
good
this
friend
podcast.
Chica. He went back to New Jersey.
Yep. And again, we don't like giving each other a pat on the back. But what we do want to do is get it right. And I felt bad for some of the fans that were actually believing that, because I was thinking, how do I not have any clue about that? And you too.
And I tweeted that it was either a broken foot or a bruise, and people were like, well, you said it was no, I didn't say it was a broken foot. I said it was one or the other, and he was going back to New Jersey to figure it out. You can have a bruise that hurts really bad that causes you to get x-rays on it. And obviously the x-rays came back negative, and here Nico Hischier is dealing with the pain because that's the true gritty leader that he is.
Yeah, and you actually got crap for that because honestly, some of these fans, I'm not talking about just Devils fans, I'm talking about all hockey fans, the reading comprehension level is off sometimes when you put stuff on Twitter, which is why I kind of sometimes stop and not get involved. But this one, I don't know, I had a bad feeling that people were being duped, as rumors spread that he was, and it's like, don't get down on yourselves that the season's over. I mean, it's kind of, but anyway, that's in the past right now. Looking at the Facebook Live, we've got a lot of comments. I've got a lot of things going on in front of me right now, Vinny. Also, Suka on the YouTube Live. You can go on a YouTube channel to comment. Channel is Let's Go Devils. Foote, Mercer, Holtz, let's go. What do you think?
Yeah, Foote, Mercer, Holtz. I mean, what more can we ask for? It's a line that has lots of potential. Not many NHL games played between those three guys, but you have Holtz, who can skate and has a really nice shot and has proven that he can create offense to help his teammates. You have Mercer, who's kind of like somewhat of a two-way dynamic, pesty centerman. And then there's Foote, who's like, if he could get himself into the good scoring areas and use his shot to his advantage, he'll be able to score. So the line has a little bit of everything if that's what it turns out to be. So I'm surely looking forward to seeing what they can do together.
Yeah, and, it's time to see a lot of these young kids play. I didn't, Holtz coming off the taxi squad, being on a line with Geertsen, nothing against him, But my goodness, I want to see Alexander Holtz have success in the NHL early. I want him to have that confidence. Yeah, I know we're supposed to be patient. Hence that T-shirt back there when managing partner. I don't know what his title is anymore because to me he's the owner, but they don't like to be called the owner. David Blitzer, who, by the way, Vinny, not to get off topic here, is he buying every single professional sports franchises around the world? He just bought an MLS team. He bought a good portion of the Cleveland Guardians, is what they call them now. Also, he has shares in the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously the New Jersey Devils, obviously the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah,
What's going on
waiting
here?
for I'm just waiting for the email that says that David Blitzer now owns me. I would allow that to be the case if he pays me well. I'll do what he says. But
Oh, so
until
you
that
can be
time, I'm
bought,
gonna.
Vinny, huh? You can be
Oh,
bought.
I could. Oh yeah, I could be bought. Yeah, 100%. And
Oh,
if David
well,
Blitzer
that's
wants
good
to
to
buy
know.
me and my whatever I could bring to the table as far as content, I'm all ears, pal. Me and Sam Wu to the moon.
Hey, you know what? I could be bought too, but I'm not so sure he'd pay a lot.
Fair enough. Maybe just like 1% of Jack Hughes' contract or something. That'd be nice.
What's that? $8,000? Eighty
Yeah,
thousand
I
dollars?
mean,
Wait,
imagine
wait a
making
second.
that.
We're talking about 64 million. 1% is. I don't know. We should ask Taj if there are any accountants out there to help us out.
Yeah, well, I don't do math. I make a living using my mouth. So, talking too much, the speech, the English, that's where I have my bread is buttered. So I don't really do math. That's just not for me.
Oh, okay. Well, but they're having a good time at Taj Lounge 973. Just working on some of the video stuff here, Vinny. But let's move on. So the BJs, the Columbus Blue Jackets, come into Prudential Center, same amount of points as the New Jersey Devils, but New Jersey Devils have played 34 games. This is game 35 for them. This is going to be game 32. But this home and home, this is going to be a very, very important 2-game series because the implications of falling behind too much if the Devils lose 2 straight outright, and also beware of the 3-point games. The Devils need to win in regulation right now. They need to win in regulation because there's a lot of teams right now in front of them that they have to climb.
Yeah, so the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to be right there with them all season long. If the Devils don't make the playoffs, I don't think they'll be too far off from wherever the Columbus Blue Jackets land. They're certainly not both making the playoffs. I can promise you that much. And so they're both going to fight tooth and nail all season long. And games like this, you nailed it right on the head. You can't allow both teams to get a point. If you're the Devils and you want to make the playoffs and give yourself a chance, then you need to collect 2 points from every single team in the Western Conference that is from seed 6 through basically the bottom of the league. So hopefully they're able to do that tonight against the Blue Jackets. It's a tough team to play against. People forget the Blue Jackets are just not an easy team to play against. They haven't been historically. It almost seems like it doesn't matter who their coach is at this point. It's a well-run organization. They've traded away some talent because they kind of knew they were going to let it go to waste if they didn't. So they're kind of retooling on the fly here. But I'll tell you what, I predicted the Columbus Blue Jackets 2 years in a row now. I predicted them to be one of the very worst teams in the league, and they just haven't been. They might not be a bona fide playoff team like they were during the Panarin days or even before that when they had Brandon Saad leading the way into the goal scoring category. So the Columbus Blue Jackets, that's a well-run organization, and if they ever just land that super duper star that can stay there and they build around him, they're going to be a tough team for a long time.
Is JD back in Columbus? JD,
You're talking
John
about
Davidson.
John Davidson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he did go back to the Blue Jackets after the Rangers canned him.
That's not right. I mean, Not that I care, but he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, and it's almost seems like, oh, maybe the grass isn't greener on the other side kind of deal. Like he went to the Rangers and like they started to really turn it around, and I was kind of mad when Davidson went to the Rangers because he's done some good things with the Blue Jackets. And then boom, the whole thing happened with the letter last year and being angry at the Capitals and just all sorts of stuff kind of happened with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's do another live look in. I just made this graphic right now. See, we can see everybody at Taj. We can see everybody. They see us on the screen. See, we see the waving. See, people are having a good time, even with these new
Give a
rules.
thumbs up. Give a thumbs up if you're happy to see Nico Hischier back in the New Jersey Devils lineup tonight. Let's go. Thumbs up, everyone. Let's go.
Hey, you know what? I can bring in the audio. Let's see if this works. Why don't you get us a "Let's Go Devils" chant going?
Let's go Devils!
There we go.
Let's go Devils!
That's what I like to hear right there. That is music to my ears.
Here, let me help him out. Let me help him out. Thanks, everybody. All right, well, let's get back to the podcast. But thank you. So this is something new we're doing here on Game Day Live. You see, I'm in the bunker studios in the undisclosed location in New Jersey. This bunker is so fortified that if there was ever somebody playing nuclear football and they try to annihilate us, there's going to be cockroaches, taxes, and the Let's Go Devils podcast. That's the only things left in New Jersey at that point. That's all.
And that's really all the people need is the Let's Go Devils podcast. It is the number one
I know.
podcast. We don't stop recording when the team stinks either. That's my favorite part about this show compared to
yeah, we're not like just a bunch of bandwagon fans here. When the team is losing 17 straight. No, we're still podcasting. Where else
I might
are we
predict them to lose. I might predict them to lose at that point. There were a couple times where I was angry enough to be like, yeah, I think the Philadelphia Flyers are going to win. But, I'm off that train now. Go Devils.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to name this podcast Let's Go Devils podcast. Let's Go Devils whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, no. Let's Go Devils when you're winning podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But, I want to thank all those at Taj Lounge. That's great. We're trying something new. We thought about it, Vinny, you and I, and, we're thinking, you know what, it's probably better safe than sorry, given what's going on. But it doesn't, again, no excuses, right? And then we talk about Nico Hischier, no excuses. I love the attitude. See if you can play, paint threshold, make sure it's not dangerous. Now he's going to be back in the lineup in front of a home crowd. That gets me fired up. It gets me fired up for the future. I know we talk about the future all the time and all the promises. Oh, just be patient. I'm asking you fans to be patient. But right now, what have you done for me lately? So far, the captain has done a lot for me lately. Jack Hughes has done a lot for us lately. 9 points in 4 games. Emily Kaplan of ESPN.com finally put out a feature article. It was a lot of words, Vinny. I was just, whoa, this morning when I was scrolling right through it. If you haven't checked it out yet, Emily Kaplan, ESPN.com, also has been on this podcast, also is from Montclair, also is a bagel snob, and she doesn't feed into the Taylor ham and pork rolls debate. She's Jersey.
So, yeah, I respect that about her. I say for Taylor ham and pork roll, I just go with whatever one I didn't use last time. Make the the side I made angry last time, I'll make them happy this time. So that's how I roll with that. And I don't know good bagels. There are a couple good bagel joints over here in Chicago, but there's nothing like what you got over there in New York. That I do know, that I will concede. But as far as Emily Kaplan's feature on the Devils, it's great to see because she's outstanding. I think she does great work for ESPN. She knows what she's
Yeah,
talking
she
about.
knows what she's doing.
And so seeing Jack Hughes be featured, as far as Nico, people who get so mad, or at least used to, about Nico Hischier getting the C does not stand for the best player. Nico's not the best player on the New Jersey Devils. I would say he's the second best player. No, I would say he's the third best player on the New Jersey Devils. I would put Jack Hughes and Dougie Hamilton ahead of him. But Jonathan Taves was the third best Blackhawks player. Patrick Kane and Duncan Keith were better. You know, Sidney Crosby was the best player on the Penguins, but like there were times where Carter was better than when Brown won the cup twice as the captain of the Kings. He was like their fifth best player. Kopitar was better. Carter was better. Doughty was better before he became a bad guy, or he probably always was a bad guy, but before we knew he was a bad guy, Voinov was a more important player than Dustin Brown. So Muzzin in his prime. So the captain does not stand for the best player. It stands for the best leader on the team, the leader of the team, and that's Nico Hischier.
And that bucket of beers, all right, you know, we like that. We like that. Have
That's
that
what
with
we
the
like to
catfish, guaranteed Devils win. If you have the catfish, the lobster tails, and a bucket of beer, Mackenzie Blackwood, Mac Black will have a shutout. I swear to you. You got to have it at Taj Lounge, 973 35 Edison Place, across the street from the Prudential Center. I love this. Now I wish I was at Taj Lounge 973. I wish I was there right now, pre-gaming.
Yeah, it's tough to not be out and about, let me tell you. You know, like most of the Devils, I did battle COVID last week, and it was tough. But, you know, didn't miss a beat. You can't be missing a beat with the Let's Go Devils podcast. It's not how we do things. You'll be back at Taj Lounge 973 in no time. And guess what? I'm going to make my way over there soon enough, and that's when the party's really going to get going. That place is not ready for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's the great thing about Taj Lounge 973? Again, I talked to the manager. I was asking her about the new rules and all that mandated by the city. Again, we're not getting into the politics of it, but I just want to make sure everything's okay. And she's like, no. We got extra masks. So if people forget, it's okay. You can still come in here. You know, it's great.
That's
you know,
good
everybody's trying their best. And you know what? That's what we want out of our New Jersey Devils. That's what we want out of our New Jersey Devils. You know, so, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And, right now it's a Thursday night. It's a happy Devils Thursday. And I still feel connected with the fans out there with the magic of technology called the internet. Right, Vinny? The internet?
Yeah, this whole thing certainly would have been a lot harder. I mean, let me make it very, very clear. It's been very hard since March of 2020. It has been hard. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. But the internet has just made it a little bit more fun than it otherwise would have been. We've been able to connect with everyone. I'm able to talk to all these people at Taj Lounge 973 and over the New Jersey Devil spectrum from a little room in Illinois. So, you know, we're talking Devils. We're eating delicious food. We're eating catfish. We're eating chicken wings. Tonight, I'm probably going to have some tacos. Maybe we'll see. But, you know, I'm excited for what's to come with this team. And as hopefully we start to really move in the right direction pandemic-wise, it keeps seeming like it's going to happen eventually. But, you know, whenever that day does come, we will be right back there with the people in New Jersey cheering on this Devils team as they continue to get better. There's no doubt in my mind that is closer than it is farther.
And on top of that, Vinny, in case any of us are lazy, we could just do it from the confines of our own home and still do this once the pandemic is over. So at least we have an out and be like, just do it at home. Do it in the bunker. Anyway.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
That's one thing. It's the positive to come out of the whole pandemic thing is now we know how to do all this stuff with relative ease. Nobody's scared to work from home if they have to for whatever reason. We could do this show straight from here.
Whistler on the YouTube Live says, no softies tonight. Blackwood, please. All right, let's talk a little bit, last but not least, Mac Black, Mackenzie Blackwood. He is confident in himself. He knows what people are saying. He understands that, hey, the responsibilities are on me. The Devils really have no choice right now. Jonathan Bernier out for the season, just had surgery last Monday. Also, but it has been Mackenzie Blackwood's team, other than, when he did get hit with COVID last season. It relatively has been. The only difference right now is put up or shut up. Right now, this is your team. This is your chance. Last game, I thought there were 3 softies there. We had a goalie expert, Mike Amato of goaliepost.com, talk about Mackenzie Blackwood. My thoughts, Vinny, starts tonight. Clean slate tonight. He's got to hug the post better. He's got to play. He's got to be sharp on his angles, and he has to be aggressive. And no more fluke goals either. I mean, the one that was on top of the net, I'll forgive him on that one. But the one giveaway that he had, I mean, no harm, no foul. The Devils wound up beating the Capitals. But those could be devastating plays that can set your team back or off track. It's time for Mackenzie Blackwood to start minimizing his mistakes and play the goaltender that we think he can be.
Yeah, and you saw it changed the way the Boston Bruins played. When Holtz turned it over and the puck came down the other ice from Curtis Lazar, everybody on planet Earth thought that he was going to make the pass across crease. That's fine. But if you're Blackwood, you have to be ready for both of those things. Like, it changed the way the Bruins attacked going forward. You saw Hall. The second goal they scored, Trent Frederick, was all shots from like crazy angles. Hall was taking them. Bergeron was taking them. It showed that the other team went to school on Mackenzie Blackwood's lack of confidence in that game, and it's just something that's got to be better. I mean, he has the chance here to really take the reins of this team and run with it for a long time and even be like a Team Canada guy. Like, he was on their short list of guys that were going to play for them if the NHL went this year. So it's up to him to turn this thing around. I believe he can. I believe he has the tools to. If he's injured, then that's a whole new story, but we'll see how it goes as the season moves along.
Also, in other news, it was kind of random. Alan Walsh, the infamous NHL agent at Walsh A. The skate shortage among the major equipment suppliers is having an impact on NHL players. Factories in China are backed up months. Forget the custom order skates. Forget the custom skates on back order. Some players are scouring retail store websites for new skates in their size and width. Sign of the times right now.
Yeah. My mom works in that industry, so I hear all about it. It's really hard to get, well, not making skates, but in the importing and exporting industry where everything's backed up and it's hard to keep up with all that kind of stuff because, things are just sitting in the ocean, just being waiting to come over, and it's all backed up and nobody knows how long it's going to take. And it was only a matter of time before it started affecting the sports world. I know it affected sticks. I want to say it was towards the end of last season or something. I heard it maybe the beginning of this year. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I remember there was somewhat of a stick shortage. So that's the world we live in right now. Guys are going to have to go to their local Pure Hockey store or whatever and maybe find some skates from time to time. I bet Patrick Marleau's happy that he's not playing in these times anymore, because I know that guy used to like trade out his skates a whole bunch, and it was hard for him to like deal with the way skates became kind of like where you use them for a while. So it'll be weird to see how things move along in the sports world, if it ever starts affecting like the number of pucks made, or if baseball's ever affected with bats and balls and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
You know what? I hope there's a shortage of New York Rangers jerseys, Flyers jerseys.
Me too.
Hopefully
I don't want to see them.
Hopefully there's a shortage of cheesesteaks in Philadelphia, so they'll starve.
Yep.
Anyway,
disgusting.
Those are
don't
just
jokes.
See them. Yeah, just jokes.
I don't want to see anything.
Also on Twitter, thought this was interesting. At Jessica Toonkel, Never heard of her. Scoop. New York Times to buy The Athletic for $550 million.
Well, that's true. That I can confirm is true. Ken Rosenthal tweeted about it. Like, serious people tweeting about it. So that's absolutely true.
Vinny, I wonder if David Blitzer, managing partner of the New Jersey Devils, would buy the Let's Go Devils podcast for $900 million. What do you think?
I would take $900 a week for it. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, $900 a week for a lifetime. I'll do it.
Yeah, 100%. Hand out. I will do this every single day for 4 hours a day, like Pat McAfee style. We wouldn't even have to ask me twice. But the Athletic is honestly, it's ironic, isn't it? Because the industry they tried to destroy was the newspaper industry, and then here they are, purchased by a newspaper.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast, Athletic.
Yeah. We're trying to destroy the AM/FM satellite radio industry. I'm just kidding.
So watch Mad Dog or whatever buy us for $50 million one day.
Oh, Mike and the Mad Dog. Let me tell you something. Bill Clement does the best Mad Dog impression. I was laughing so hard when he did that. I should ask him to do it. He's retired now, so maybe he can do that on air. He does the best. So I did but I could do the Mike Francesa impression. I never said that. I never said that.
I love it. I love it so much. I have a couple friends that I think could imitate Francesco really well. So I like hearing him yell about the Yankees and the Mets. It's one of my all-time favorite like Twitter clips that used to pop up from time to time. It's just him screaming about the Mets and the Yankees, like just absolutely screaming. So great.
Yeah,
so
I mean, Francesa is just psycho. Like the Yankees the Yankees lost to the Marlins in the 2003 World Series, and he's already talking about 2004 World Series lineup for the Yankees, to go back. It's like, stop it.
That's hilarious. I love that, and I love any reference to the 2003 Marlins. That's one of my all-time favorite baseball teams.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Well, Vinny, let's go with predictions right now. What are your predictions for tonight? Hey, they're waving to us. What are your predictions, Vinny? Because I can imagine how they would feel if you pick the New Jersey Devils to lose to the BJs tonight.
If those two guys both give me a thumbs up, I will make them very happy with my prediction. Let's go. Thumbs up, everyone. Can they hear me?
Or a wave.
No, or a wave.
Yeah,
something. Acknowledge that you want me to pick the New Jersey Devils to beat the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. In that case, I am going to go with a final score of 3-2.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm predicting a 5-2 victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Oh, now I see some cheers, some audience reaction. Also looking at YouTube Live and Facebook Live because there's a little delay. So, but they're saying Daniel says 4-2. Well, hey,
okay.
We never said we weren't a Homer Devils podcast, but we are. But, hey, this was fun. We should do this more often with our fans at Taj Lounge 973 for the interim or whenever we're lazy and we can't make it down there. This was kind of fun. And, Vinny, well, thank you very much. I'm going to cue up the bumper right now. And
really quick, I have a piece of breaking news that did come out right before came out here. We are not going to have Alexander Holtz in the lineup for the New Jersey Devils tonight. VC is back from COVID, so VC is in and Foot is in, so no Holtz tonight.
Oh, that stinks.
That's tough.
Vinny, I know you're breaking the news, but that kind of ruined my day. I was looking forward to Holtz.
Sorry, I see those guys giving me a thumbs down too.
Yeah, Suka, don't kill the messenger, folks. All right, Vinny's gonna
Yeah,
eat the
not my fault.
catfish and lobster tails where he's at, so it's okay. But Sukin's like, Foot, Mercer, Holtz, let's go, and it had me all excited. I guess I have to, in the famous words of David Blitzer, I just got to be more patient. Patient with this team, patient with the development. Boo. Yeah, go buy another team. Anyway, was that too mean?
No, it is what it is. The Blue Jackets are 10-0-1 in their last 11 games against the New Jersey Devils. So let's end that streak tonight. Come on, boys.
Yeah. All right, I want to thank all those listening in, all those at Taj Lounge 973. Want to thank T and the staff for their service. Make sure you tip the bartenders and waitresses and waiters and all that stuff. Big fat tips around. That's what I say, Vinny. That's what I say. And, yeah, well, till next time, this is Game Day Live. Let's go, Devils. Enjoy the game, everybody.